The students at Cypress Woods High School have recently been busy working on a project to help young readers.
The administration at the Woodard Elementary School decided that they wanted to try to create classroom libraries for each new teacher at the brand new school. And they were trying to figure out a way to get the community involved, and they reached out to the two high schools that the kids will eventually go to.
Yes, I received a call from Susan Brenz, the new principal over at Woodard, and we had worked together in the past. And we just got to visiting, and she had kind of brought this up, and I thought, wow, what a great opportunity. You know, here at CyWoods, we're practically a city, and there's nothing we can't do once we put our minds behind it. Once I talked about it with Miss Brenz, then I went to Miss English, our department chair for English, and I know that she sponsors a book club, and we got to talking about it. Then we thought, well, let's get all of English involved, our entire English department, and from there it has just taken off and been awesome.
The students were absolutely fantastic. Cypress Woods High School has a tradition of strong academic excellence, and our Wildcats are readers. And they got excited thinking about their childhood favorite books and wanting to help share those with the incoming future Wildcats.
I used to read just about like every day. I was homeschooled when I was a kid, so in our basement we just used to have like bookshelves after bookshelves and bookshelves of just books. So our mom would like ask us to read around like 1 or 2 books each day.
Well, this book that I have is Duck for President, and I absolutely love this book because it's a really silly story about this duck who decides to take over the farm that he works at, and then eventually he runs for the President of the United States. And it's a really fun read. It was always really silly whenever we were in class and the teacher decided to read it to us. It was just a lot of fun.
I always loved reading all the Junie B. Jones books when I was little. We would go to the library like each week, so I'd always get like a new book.
I really loved the Judy Moody books because it reminded me a lot of me when I was a kid because she was really outrageous and everything. So I don't know, it kind of inspired me to be myself and express myself more.
I read Ferdinand the Bull, the story of Ferdinand, because it's a really inspiring story. And my mom, when I was having a bad day, she would compare me to Ferdinand, and it's just really inspiring.
We asked the students and faculty at CyWoods to give advice to young readers.
To kids who are just starting out reading, I would say if you don't enjoy a book, set it down and find a different book. If you say you don't like reading, it's just because you haven't found the right thing to read for you.
I would say pick books that interest you, that challenge you, that broaden your vocabulary. Read things that you're definitely interested in, that you would want to read and tell your friends about.
Do as much as you can, read as much as you can, because it's really good for you.
Pick books that you like, that looks fun, and if you don't like it, you don't have to finish it.
Start with books like Judy Moody and Junie B. Jones because those will really get you into reading, because I remember reading those books and that's what really got me into reading, and now I read bigger and longer books now.
However, students aren't the only ones excited about spreading the love for reading. CyWoods faculty reminiscent on reading as kids and are hopeful for readers at Woodard Elementary School.
As an English teacher, I've always enjoyed literature. I was the kid that was always secretly reading in class. My parents have pictures of me as a child at the Texas Rangers baseball game reading in the outfield while the game's being played. I was just that kid. I always had a book with me. It was always fun for me. It took me places I'd never been, helped me imagine places I could go, and I'm still an avid reader to this day. My
favorite childhood book that I remember, all the Dr. Seuss books. I just think the animation, the way they rhymed, and it captured my imagination as a kid.
My favorite book growing up that's really hard Growing up, it was this crazy little book called Middlin'. It was a story about a child who was the middle kid, and I was the middle kid in my family, and I just related to that kid. So every time I checked out books in the library, every week I got different books, but I always got that one, and I reread it and reread it and reread it, like all through 3rd and 4th grade. I can only imagine the great impact that this book drive is going to have on the students at Woodard Elementary. They're going to be exposed to literature that they can select at will. Perhaps our teachers will allow them to take the books home, bring them back, read them during a quiet time in the class, but it may start them on a lifelong journey as strong readers, which leads to critical thinking, which changes how you see and view the world.
Couldn't be more excited about this opportunity to get involved, especially at the community level.